Morning, Simon. Hope you're doing well today. We have Mayel and we have Mariah here. You guys want to say hi really loud? Oh, there. Okay. Today we're on 5-5. Simon, I'll share my screen with you so you can see the assignment that we're working on. It should look something like this. Let's read it together. Mayel, Mariah, you there? Okay. Four friends posing for a group photo. How many ways can the friends be arranged if they all stand in one row? Step one, understand. Make sure you understand the problem. So basically, for all these word problems, you're always trying to figure out these things. What do you know? Mail and Mariah, what do we know from what we read so far? Miss Mail. We know there are four friends. We know the number of people in the photo. Go ahead and write that there for what do you know? We know the number of people in the photo. We know there's four people. Perfect. Okay, what do we need to find out? Mariah, what do you think?
Um, what, how many different rows of the same there?
Yeah, that's about right. How many ways the friends can be arranged in the photo? Yeah. How many ways they can line up? How many ways? How many different ways can they line up? Yeah. How many ways can we arrange them? Perfect. You can write that down. So what do you need to find out? How many ways the friends can be arranged in the photo? Step two, make a plan. There's gonna be lots of different ways you guys can do these problems. For this, you can make a table, and that's probably your best bet for a lot of these. Making a table is a good idea. And here's the actual solving of it. So what the book did is instead of giving everyone names like Sarah, Joe, John, and Bob, they just said, we're going to call these kids 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's the easiest. So after you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. And if you keep doing that and doing that and doing that, you'll eventually end up with 24 ways the friends can be stand. This would take you a while. If you did it this way, what I would do is I would start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, 4, 2. So keep doing this until you exhaust all of the ones that can start with 1. Does that make sense? That way you're not just randomly, if you're just randomly doing this, it's gonna take you forever. Okay. Let's look at now page 29. Mail, Mariah, one of you guys read me number 1 on page 29, please. Thanks, Mail. Go for it. You can read number 2, Mariah. All right, Mail number 1.
Johnny?
Sure, Mayumi, Mayami, whatever you want.
For average speed is 52 miles per hour. How long will it take? How long will it take for her to get there?
Perfect. All right, what do we know? Mariah, what do we know?
She has 510 miles left to go,
Good.
and her average speed is around 52 miles.
Yeah, 510 miles left to go. Average speed 52 miles per hour. What do we need to find out?
How long will it take for her to get
How long it's going to take her to get home. So, what do we need to do? Mariah thinks division. Mail, do you think division might be good?
I would say 50.
Yeah, let's do some division. Go ahead and do that now, guys. Go ahead and do some division there. So we're going to do 510 divided by 52. So hopefully you realize 52 times 10 is 520. So 52 times 9 is 468 pennies. And so if you do 510, 9 times 52 is 468. What remainder did you guys get?
I got 42.
Yeah, I got 42 also. So you get 9, remainder 42. So
You just put that.
what you technically should do is, this might confuse you, but look up here really quick. Instead of saying 9 remainder 42, like that doesn't make a lot of sense as far as how long it's going to take or 9 remainder 42. What does that mean? So the remainder 42 is really 42 over 52 because it's 52 is one whole. So we have 42 over 52. This might be too confusing, but let me show you this. So if you divide both of those, what goes into both 42 and 52? What goes into both 42 and 52? Can we divide by anything to simplify that? Let's divide both by 2 because they're both even.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, divide them both by 2. So if we divide both these by 2, 40 divided by 2 is 20. So 42 divided by 2 is 21. Man, I just don't have any good markers.
Yeah, I know.
Try this one. This one, I guess.
You guys even get that.
So we get 21 over 26. That still isn't super helpful. Basically, the answer, just write this down, 9.8. That's for number 1. Write down 9.8. Don't worry about how to get the decimal yet. But it's 9.8 hours. Number 1 is 9.8 hours. All right, number 2. Yep.
Run, goes on a hot air balloon ride. The ride covers 70 miles and takes 4 hours. What is the speed of the hot air balloon?
Good. What do we know? 70 divided by 4. Yeah. So when you guys do 70 divided by 4, you get 17 remainder 2. But this is the key. Look up here, guys, really quick. So we started with 4. If you have remainder 2, it's really 2 over 4, which is 1/2, which is 0.5. And so the answer is really 17.5 miles per hour. Yeah, so instead of saying don't say 0.2 because it's 2 out of the original 4, which is half. So the remainder does not mean point, it means out of the first number. All right, let's take a look at number 3.
Harry,
Yep, really loud so Simon can hear you.
I thought the Vienna squad in the first 3 years of playing hockey are shown. At this rate, how many goals should he expect to score at the end of the first show?
Good. What's the pattern, guys?
1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5.
Good. So what's the next goal is going to be?
What?
How many goals do you think he'll score in year 4?
9.
9. Yeah. Just it goes up by 2 every time, right? So number 3 is 9.
That's it.
I'll read it. It's kind of long. For a class project, Javier has to create a flag to represent his class. The flag must have 2 horizontal stripes, 1 white, 1 blue, with a silver diamond in the center of one of the stripes. There's several possibilities for the flag that Javier can create. Find how many different flags Javier can make with 2 stripes and 1 diamond. Wow. Okay. Go ahead and see if you guys can figure it out, and then we'll talk about it.
You have to divide.
All right, so back to the video. I don't know exactly how this works, to be honest with you. So Mariah did it and she got 4, which is the correct answer. Mariah drew though. Maya, pull up your drawing really quick. Can I bring those over here so I can show Simon? The problem with this, Mariah, is it says the stripes have to be horizontal. And quickly, I see your whiteboard. And the issue with this is horizontal. Number 1 is. Number 4 is horizontal right here, but this is vertical and this is vertical. So these two wouldn't count. The only thing I can think of is if they let you keep like the same colors on the flag or something. I don't exactly know how they get it, but hopefully you got 4. I'm not too worried about it in any case. Okay, jump now to let's do 5, I guess. Jump to number 5. Whose turn is it to read? All right, Brian, number 5.
1, 2, 3. Kim has to drive a total of 275 miles. To visit her grandmother. If she drives 65 miles per hour for the first 160 miles and then 70 miles per hour for the rest of the trip, how long will it take her to make the trip?
Okay, so what do we know? Well, what do we know? She drives a total of 275 miles. That's important. Maybe underline that 275 right there because that will come back later in the problem. Okay. Good. So she drives 65 miles per hour for the first 160 miles. Okay. And now look up here. This is really important. She drives 70 miles per hour for the rest of the trip. How many miles are left? What is the rest of the trip? Let's write that in right now. Let's try to figure that out.
So minus.
So what do we need to do to figure out how many miles she went 70 miles per hour? Does anyone know? Yeah, yeah. Not minus 65. Yeah, so do 275 minus 160 and then include that after the 70 miles per hour. And then that will help you figure out for how many miles she traveled 70 miles per hour. What'd you get when you got it? 115. Okay, so write that in after 70 miles per hour, right? 115 miles.
After what?
See where it says, and then 70 miles per hour for the rest of the trip. Instead of rest of the trip, write down 115 miles. Okay, so what do you guys think we should do to solve this? All right,
Division.
division, okay? Specifically, what do we have to do?
115 divided by 70.
Uh-huh, what else do we have to do? We do have to do 115 divided by 70. And then there's another part to it. Did she go 70 miles per hour the whole time? How fast did she drive the first 160 miles? 65.
106.
So we need to do 2 things. We need to do 160 divided by 65 to find out for how long she was driving. Then we need to do 115 divided by 70 and then add those 2 together. Okay, so you gotta do 2 division and then add them both up. Go ahead and work on that now. So we did 70 and 115. Let's call it about 1.6. Okay. Don't worry about the 0.6, but let's call it about 1.6. Then we need to do what? Then we need to do 160 divided by 65. 160 divided by 65 is what we need to do. Has anyone done that yet?
I'm almost. I think it's 2.
Probably 2. 60, 120, 180. Yeah, we'll go with 2.
And then it's 130.
2 times 60 is 120, so 2 times 65 is 130. Good. And you get remainder 30.
Yeah.
It's about 2.5. So get 2.5 plus 1.6. We'll just call this 1.5 for the sake of easiness. What's 2.5 plus 1.5? About 4. So it's gonna take her about 4 hours. 4 hours. Okay, last one together.
miles per minute.
4.0, yes. Let's see if I'm still recording or, yep, we are, okay. Sure.
Train around the first and double the length of miles for 5 minutes. How many miles will you run the fifth?
Good. So 1 mile the first week. How many miles do they run the second week?
5.
No. Nope. So, okay. The second week, how many miles does she run? How much does it go up every week?
Double.
It doubles. Okay, so how many miles? What's double of 1? 2. So the second week she ran 2. The third week, how many did she run?
4.
4. The fourth week, how many did she run? Not 6. Double 4. What's 4 times 2? 8. Okay, the fifth week, 16. So it's gonna be 16. Okay, homework for you guys. Do page. Let's take a look at 31st, page 30. We can do 1, 2, and 3. You can skip 4. The next page after that is homework practice. I think you guys can handle that as well. So do 1, 2, and 3 on page 30 and do all of 31 for homework. You guys have 15 minutes. Use your time wisely. Simon, have a good weekend. All the best.